Spoiler warning for March comes in like a lion. March. The month where school is shut down because someone ordered the wrong bowl of soup. But it's also the first month of spring, a season that I consider the true start of a new year. And with new and fresh beginnings, what better anime to talk about than March comes in like a lion? Sure, there's a lot of newer and fresher anime to talk about, but honestly, this anime has gone under most people's radars, so I'd like to talk about it here and now. March Comes In Like a Lion follows second-year high schooler Rei Kiriyama, the 5th ever shogi player to go professional while still in middle school. And if you don't know what shogi is, it's like a Japanese form of chess, but the way the board is set up and the amount of pieces sets it different from its Western counterpart. Anyways, throughout the story, we see him fight tooth and nail in order to become a master shogi player. His teacher, Mr. Hayashida, puts it best. Though Rei may be considered a genius, he has problems much like anyone else. As stated before, this is really well reflected throughout the story. We learn the reason why Rei is a professional shogi player later on in Season 1. It's because he has nothing left. An accident left him an orphan, and instead of getting adopted by a family member, he decides to get adopted by his late father's shogi buddy and rival, Kota Masachika. I probably butchered that. From that point on, his life was dedicated entirely to shogi. His skill at the game made him Masachika's prized pupil, but also hated by Masachika's children, Ayumu and Kyoko. Realizing that he's tearing their family apart, Rei leaves and starts living on his own. By the time the anime begins, Rei is reclusive both in and out of school. He only really goes to his apartment, shogi tournament, school, and Kawamoto residence. He is shy and timid, but he manages to befriend the 3 Kawamoto sisters, Momo, Hina, and Akari. Throughout the course of Season 1, we see Rei grow both as a person and a shogi player. He learns how to open up to others, and starts making more friends. He also learns that because he's considered a prodigy in shogi, does not necessarily mean that he's top-tier material just yet. At the beginning of Season 2, the story begins to focus on both Rei and Hina. Hina begins experiencing a sort of conflict at school, and Rei is now filled with an actual reason to push his shogi playing skills to their absolute limits. And Season 2 kind of ends on a cliffhanger, which I really hope means that Season 3 will be coming in the relatively near future. So anyway, back to Rei. As I've said before, he's timid in nature and very reclusive. This has been a characteristic of his ever since grade school, and he was quite often shunned because of it. But the tragic death of his family essentially traumatizes him, as would it traumatize any human being. Here we see a dramatic shift in his life. He goes from a shy boy to a total social recluse who's now dedicating his life to shogi. And in my opinion, this was the worst possible choice he made. I mean, sure, he wanted to play shogi, but he could have learned it while living with a relative. His adoptive father is, for lack of a better word, totally obsessed with being the best at shogi, and constantly pushed Rei, and even his kids, to best the others at this game. And they knew that dear old dad would only pay attention to the one that's more devoted and best at playing shogi. Rei chose to devote his life to shogi. Rei choosing to devote his life to shogi was the beginning of a hole he'll dig himself into, and he knows this. And if he stops now, it'll already be too late. Because in the world of shogi, you either win or you get left behind. Thanks for watching the video. I've actually been itching to do a video on March Comes In Like a Lion and on anime in general. The next anime I plan to cover is either Your Name or Your Lie in April, both extremely good anime. Although this may be my first time talking about this anime, it certainly won't be my last. Thank you. P.S. Akari is best girl. Fight me!